Hello everyone, Joanne here. As you know, this month's topic for my desk is all about performance. And so for the video, we decided to get a whole bunch of master Innholders together and to share our thoughts on how you can maximize your own and your team's performance. We hope you find it useful.
So what performance means to me is actually something that is really tangible. It's something that I can see, hear, feel, touch, and get a total sense. And what I mean by that is that when I walk through the company or the business and just around, the team have got full energy. You can hear it in their voices. You can see it in what they're going about in their day-to-day business. And then also on the flip side of that, I'm hearing it from the other side of that, actually from our customers and our guests, because they are responding to our social media posts. They are writing to me directly to say what a lovely stay they've had. They are stay. We are full. We are busy. So it's about energy. It's about something that's tangible, and it's performance about not just one person or a few people, but the whole company who is being successful.
What is performance to me? Basically, it's a maximum output every day. I'm on stage. I'm setting an example. We're on show, we're doing our best. It's always our best effort. And we have a strong desire to improve, compete, and achieve.
What is performance for you? For me, performance is all about teams with individuals within it performing to very high standards. I think particularly of orchestras with their instrument players and Formula One teams and rugby teams. Whether it's playing an instrument, a tyre change, a refuelling, a pit stop, whether it's a line out or a scrum or a back play, all of these teams need individuals performing at their highest standard. In order to perform at a high standard, you need to train and train and train. There's no substitute for training.
How do I maximise my own personal performance? By keeping a clear head, by being self-motivated, by being driven, having a plan, knowing what I want to achieve, by when, and more importantly, with who. Which of the team am I going to take with me? Because for me to perform at 100% and to achieve things, I need to take the people around about me with me, and making sure that we're all on the same track together.
How do you maximize your own performance? I think the best advice I can give anybody is really be honest with yourself first. What are you good at? What are you not? What do you love doing? And then find a job that allows you to do what you love. Because if you do what you love, you're already 3/4 of the way there. I think the next thing is finding an environment and a team that have the same values and the same view on success and what that looks like. Because when you're all working towards the same goal, the same aspirations, wow, that's when performance really exponentially improves. I also think it's really important to have balance in that team and to appreciate everybody's performance in it. Because I'm an ideas person. I love to come up with new concepts and almost start a movement, if you like. But I can, if I'm honest, also get bored and move on to the next thing before the last thing is either totally complete or up and running without too much interference. And so it's imperative for me to have people around me that can do that detail, those completer finishers that make sure everything is just tickety-boo, and without them, my performance definitely suffers. So finding a team that is balanced and being there to support one another. I think when you've got those key elements in place, then absolutely you're onto a winner.
So how I maximise my own performance is that I really focus on three main things, which is having a healthy body. So I like going out and making sure that I'm fit, that I'm enjoying this lovely scenery. So getting out for a run, doing my yoga, doing my meditation, making sure that I am as fit as possible physically. That will also help my head, making sure that I'm mind managing properly, making that I'm in the right headspace, making sure that I'm looking after myself, eating healthy, all the basics, sleeping well, eating healthy, and keeping myself fit. And then on the other side, I surround people with potentially when I'm at low performance, and recognizing that, because some days you do have bad days, and when I am that, I use the people that are around me who can support me, and it's choosing those people, choosing the team, choosing the people that are able to, sometimes when you're not feeling great, is to pick you up, and having those really good conversations with them. So healthy body, healthy mind, and having people around you who are also great performers.
How do I create an environment that allows others to perform to their maximum? I think that I create an environment where I'm approachable. I care about my people, whether that's how they are at home, how they're feeling themselves, have they got enough tools to do their job. I want to be approachable, I want to share my knowledge, I want us to be together, we do everything as one. We take the blows and the tough times together, and we share the good times together, and more importantly, a real culture of that we look after our own, and we're all in this together, and I think that's really important.
How do you create an environment that allows others to perform? Tom Aldrin-Lynch, General Manager at East Midlands Conference Centre here in Nottingham. I believe the most important thing to allow people to be able to perform to their true potential is to trust them. And how do you do that? Well, it's by making sure that they know that they're trusted. The second most important thing to do, having trusted them, is to make sure that you give clear direction of what you'd like to achieve. But for them to truly maximise their performance, they need to find the route to success rather than you dictate it step by step. Micromanaging will rarely bring the most out of anybody.
How do you create an environment that allows others to perform at their maximum? For me, it's all about the letter C. First C is for culture. You absolutely have to create a culture that enables everybody in the team to thrive. The second C is about control. Everybody performs better when they have their own way of doing things, when they can put their stamp on something, when they feel that they have some kind of control. So encourage people to reach a desired output or a destination, but allow the way they get there, the steps that they take, to play to their individual strengths. We try not to mandate SOPs with a step-by-step structure, allowing each person to find their own rhythm. The third C for me is about connectedness. It's a very human trait to want to feel part of something bigger, something meaningful. Our hotel has a shared purpose, an aspiration, if you like, that speaks to our impact for our team, for our guests, for our business, but it also speaks to our impact on the wider world. Because I think it unifies us and it urges us to aim higher than sometimes we think possible. And then the last C is confidence. So if you can create a culture where people feel that they can thrive, where they have control and they have connectedness, they start to build confidence, not only in their own ability, but also in the team. And that's where the magic really kicks in. We believe in growing and learning, and it's okay to make mistakes. Well, there are a couple of rules about making mistakes. Don't get us on the wrong side of the law, and learn from those mistakes. Because actually, I think failing fast and learning quick are really critical to performance. Nobody gets it right all the time. So make sure that you use each time it goes wrong as a real opportunity to learn. My hotel doesn't really operate with a million SOPs. Instead, we have a bit of a framework of success. Everyone knows what the playing field looks like, what the rules of the game are, what their position is on the team, and then it's up to them to play that game. Who you pass the ball to, how you pass the ball, well, that's down to you, as long as we all know what we're trying to do to win. And when it doesn't work, well, we learn from that, but we also make a real point about celebrating the successes when we do win. even if it's the small successes. And this year has been quite hard to find some small successes, but we have had many. And I think it's important to build that confidence by celebrating the things that went right. So for me, an environment for great performance is all about the letter C.
What are your top tips for reopening, and how can people perform at their best in these unpredictable circumstances? Well, for me, it's good recruitment policy, high levels of training, reward for high performance, and excellent communication within the team. And if you can keep those four things together, things should start to flow again. But we're in uncertain times. Our teams are nervous about coming back to work. We just got to put an arm around them and encourage them to perform to their best abilities while nurturing them.
Times are certainly unpredictable, and there's no way that any manager or leader can guarantee what's going to happen in front of us. The theme of this year and that last year has to be resilience. This is something that we've all had to learn, and I think the only way to support your team to be resilient is to make sure that you're open and honest about the uncertainties in front of us and assure them that you will be there side by side to support each other.
So, what are my top tips for reopening, and how can people perform best in these unpredictable circumstances? Well, first of all, be flexible and be open to do different roles. Have a positive and can-do attitude. Know that this instability and uncertainty is only temporary and won't last. And I think lastly, maintain a good COVID protocol. Be sensible and also to be sensitive to others.